We're good to go.
Hello, good evening, everyone. Let's officially open the meeting for the Rohnert Park City Council. It's Tuesday, August 11th. And let's see here, before we start, I just want to say that the regular meeting we're hosting this evening is being broadcast live on the city's website, which is now on channel 27 also, and YouTube. And the recording of the meeting is going to be part of public record. So if you're present in the chambers and you want to provide a public comment, there are speaker cards at the table over here, and you're welcome to complete that. It's not required, but it really helps us stay organized. All right, City Clerk, would you do the honors of calling the roll, please?
Yes, Mayor. Councilmember Adams?
Here.
Councilmember Judy Che?
Present.
Councilmember Rodriguez?
Here.
Vice Mayor Elway is absent. Mayor Sanborn?
Present.
Thank you.
All right, and we will now move to the land acknowledgement. You're welcome to rise. The City of Rohnert Park acknowledges Indigenous peoples as the traditional stewards of the land. Let it be acknowledged that the City of Rohnert Park is located within the traditional homelands of the Federated Indians of Great Rancheria, comprised of Coast Miwok and Southern Pomo peoples. And Councilmember Hollingsworth Adams is going to lead the pledge.
Thank you. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. We'll now move, let's see, to item 4. So we don't have any presentations this evening, which brings us then to item 5, our department head briefings.
Thank you, Mayor Sylvia Lopez Cuevas, City Clerk and Elections Official. And I'm just here to provide you with a quick update on the November 3rd, 2026 municipal election. The qualified candidates for District 5 are Susan Adams, Mauricio Barreto, and Arlene Linder. The nomination period for District 5 has officially closed. District 2, the nomination period was extended to August 12, 2026. The city notified the County of Sonoma, and we will continue to accept nominations for any eligible candidates in District 2 until tomorrow, 5 p.m. A friendly reminder that appointments are required. Anyone residing in District 2 that meet the criteria can call for an appointment at 707-588-2227 or email the city clerk at rpcity.ca.gov. Okay, and I also just wanted to provide a quick update to the council that even though we provided information to the county by 5 p.m. on Friday, they did not include the City of Rohnert Park in the press release that was issued on Monday with the nomination extension information. However, we have communicated with the county and they issued a new release as of today. And they also have updated their website to include District 2. We do have 3 individuals that have qualified as candidates in District 2 as of to date. Their names are Paul Carey, Michael DeSimone, and Linda Tams. For anyone who missed the nomination period in District 5 or doesn't have an opportunity to come by tomorrow 5 p.m. to pull papers for District 2, they will have an opportunity to submit a nomination as a write-in candidate anytime between September 7th to October 20th, 2026. The difference is that write-in candidates, their names do not appear on the ballot or on the voter registration guide, and they will not have an official ballot designation. Any eligible candidates in District 2 and 5 can call our office for appointments or more information. The council also placed on the ballot on July 28th a measure. This is now Measure K for all purposes, and Measure K proposes 0.5 or 1/2 cent transactions and use tax in the city of Rohnert Park. It's estimated to generate approximately $5.5 million annually in revenue. It is a general tax, meaning that the revenue will go into the city's general fund. It could support local municipal services and any priorities, and their revenue will remain locally controlled. On November 3rd, 2026, all the registered voters in the city of Rohnert Park will be asked to vote yes or no on Measure K. Anyone who would like more information, they can visit rpcity.ca.gov/Measure K, or they can also visit our table at the back where we have printed materials. Again, for election information, visit our website or scan the QR code below, or simply email the city clerk's office for more information. Thank you.
Thank you very much for that presentation. Now we are going to go to item 6, which is public comments. Before we do, as we're getting into using Zoom as part of our public participation, want to just read a very long but important reminder for folks. So public meetings are a limited public forum, meaning that there are rules for commenting at these meetings. Comments on non-agendized items will occur only during the designated public comment period on the agenda, and it has to address matters within the subject matter jurisdiction of the city. Comments on these items must relate specifically to the items on the agenda. So all comments on the non-agendized items and matters, thank you, must occur during that designated public comment period for the specific agenda topic. If comments don't fall within those categories, the city will provide an initial warning and say to stay within the subject matter on this topic. And if that warning isn't followed, then the chair, myself, would ask the city clerk to mute the microphone. So throughout the warning systems, I'm going to seek guidance from the city attorney if needed to identify comments that aren't in the subject matter jurisdiction of the city. So members not in person, the ones who are participating virtually, obviously they can't fill out that speaker card we were talking about earlier, but they can participate remotely by raising their hand virtually, and they will be called on in the order that they were received. And participants just virtually need to raise their hand within a minute of that public comment period opening so that we know that they'd like to be recognized. And we will proceed. Oh, I should mention too, if you're participating by phone versus Zoom, then you're using *9 to raise your hand, and they'll unmute you when you're prompted. I feel like that covers all the logistical stuff. Okay, now for the fun part, public comment. We will start with Mr. Steve Keith.
Good afternoon, Madam Mayor, staff, and council members. I just wanted to offer some feedback on the agenda. I've just noticed over the years that it does go through some changes. I'm not entirely certain how much of it is due to legislation or just by the choice of the mayor or staff. I did, however, notice here recently, obviously, the public comment section at the end was removed. I'm disappointed in that. Oftentimes in the regular items, which we don't have ones to refer to this time, but typically it lists, there's a kind of an outline what, say, a member of the public that might be attending the meeting for the first time. They'll have an outline there to tell them what to expect, like what's coming up after it says staff report, and then it'll say public comment, and then it'll say discussion by council members, and then sometimes, depending on what the item is, there'll be a vote. That's gone now. And I would hope that that would return sometime in the future, because I feel that it is helpful to engage with the public as far as how this process works, because it is so different than how people talk to each other. and I know that's the Brown Act. Also, I noticed too, at some point, committee liaison and other reports, that section used to have a helpful reminder of who's assigned to what and what meeting they went to and when. And sometimes, even in the past, there used to be links to those agendas and so forth. I felt that that was helpful in engaging and educating the public. And I hope at some point in the future that would return as well. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Keith. If you have specific questions about the agenda, I can have our city clerk answer some of those about why things have changed. Feedback received. Okay, so now we are on to our next public comment. We have, I want to say, Marga. Oh, thank you. Oh, is it your last name? Okay, thank you.
Council members and staff, my name is Stas Margaronis, and I've been using the swimming pools at Rohnert Park for about 25 years. They are a great resource. They're well managed. The pools are in pretty good shape, actually excellent shape. We had some ups and downs, as you know, with Honeybee Pool. They aren't there anymore. We have a really good experience there. I received the notice that the pools will be shut for the winter months. And I would just like to point out that as our population is getting older, a number of my colleagues who swim there are swimming there for reasons because they have back and other issues, that this pool saves them from having to go to a more expensive place to deal with that. One of my friends has a hip problem. A second person has been going to the pool because she has back problems. And I know it's a big expense to keep the pool open in the wintertime because you've got to heat the water. And I know that the city has serious problems with its budgetary issues. I would just like to point out that if there were a way to alleviate that problem so people could continue to use those pools, they aren't just using it for fun, they're using it for exercise and for their health. And as I said, as we get older and we can't afford a lot of things that we used to be able to afford, this pool system and the park system is a really great resource. And if we could find a way to keep it going throughout the year, I think it would be really great. Thank you very much.
Thank you for your comments, Mr. Margaronis. And then we have Ms. Barbara McKenzie with the library update.
Good evening, Madam Mayor, City Council, City Manager, and staff. I wrote my comments out tonight so I wouldn't run out of time. I wanted to update you and the public on the closure of the Rohnert Park Cotati Regional Library. Many of you know the library will be closed beginning September the 1st until early January of 2027. The city will be working on HVAC and lighting, and the library itself will be adding new carpet, fresh interior paint, and some new furniture. I strongly advocated for services during the closure because initial plans were only for limited bibliobus services. Now we will have limited services 6 days a week in the lobby of the headquarters building. That's the library headquarters building, which is about a block away from the current library at 6135 State Farm Drive. Patrons will be able to pick up books, drop off library books and materials, and browse a small selection of new books. Wi-Fi access will still be available in the library parking lot, but not at headquarters. Unfortunately, there will be no printing or copying services. Those are really popular services we won't be able to provide. The Friends of the Library will be inactive during this period, and so no book donations can be accepted. Library hours there at the headquarters in the lobby will be Monday, Tuesday, Thursday from 2 to 6, and Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, 10 to 2. There are also going to be limited off-site library programs at Burton Avenue Recreation Center, and I'd like to thank specifically Cindy Bagley for working with branch manager Jen Ryder to put this together. These programs will include several children's programs, 2 adult book groups, and a brand new program for teens, very exciting, an introduction to robotics, and that's for teens grades 7 through 12, all at Burton Avenue. The library is going to be doing an information campaign, but I wanted to update you and the public for folks watching this evening. In terms of my activities in your behalf as your library commissioner, as the chair of the Sonoma County Library Commission Finance Committee, I am very pleased to report that Standard & Poor's has just issued a AA+ bond rating for our $13 million bond issue, which is going to be used to purchase a new headquarters / operations center. This high bond rating was going to reduce our costs and is due to the library's strong financial policies and practices, fund balances, and low debt levels. Our finance director, Myrna Lopez, sent me this message last Thursday. Thanks for your contributions to the strong fiscal management as a member and chair of the Finance Committee. In addition to attending last week's August Commission meeting and voting for this bond measure, I drafted the agenda packet for our Finance Committee to include orientation materials for our newly assigned members. We do have 3 new people coming on the Finance Committee. I will be attending mayors and council members this Thursday. I'll be updating the Friends of the Library Board next week, the reopening of the Rincon Valley Library, chairing the Finance Committee.
Thank you, Ms. McKenzie.
Attending the Measure Y Oversight Committee next week. Thanks very much.
It's a lot of information. I appreciate you getting that all in there. Okay, and then our next public comment is from Dennis. Or Dennis? Yeah, Dennis.
Good afternoon, everybody. My first time here, so please bear with me. I want to talk about the swimming pool closures too. Like the gentleman who spoke before me, I'm one of the older folks that uses the pools. I'm kind of an unofficial, unrecognized, and unasked for spokesman for them, so please, that's just me. But I am a Rohnert Park resident. I'm 71, and my major source of exercise is swimming. Some of the benefits of swimming for older folks: it's easy in the joints. I can't play basketball or run anymore like I used to. But I can get a good exercise in. You folks are probably too young to know what an O2 utilization level is. They put a thing on your finger when you go to the doctor and it tells you the oxygen utilization from your lungs to your blood. I'm 99%. And the guy said, "Oh, you swim." Case closed. Also, I'm at 71. If I quit swimming for 2 days, I notice it. If I quit swimming for 3 months, it's going to be a long trip home. So the pool still has to be maintained. They still have to be chlorinated and cleaned. My suggestion is maybe keep them open a little bit. The most 2 guards will be needed. The water is this deep. We're all swimmers. We're all adults there. There's not a huge guarding situation needed. I've seen 3 and 4 guards there. I don't know the circumstances, but more than necessary. My suggestion would be, oh, by the way, I do swim year-round, 3 times a week all winter, and I've never been in the pool by myself. There's always been, Rohnert Park utilizes its facilities, and the people in Rohnert Park really do utilize the pools even in the winter. My suggestion may be to I've seen the gym during the middle of the day with 2 people, the gym at the community center, with 2 people running around playing basketball in it, underutilized. Maybe close the gym for 2 or 3 hours Monday, Wednesday, Friday, get those people who normally supervise the gym over, because I understand they're the lifeguard people too, and open the pool for those periods of time. At least, and please do keep the swimming times midday. Again, for those older people, that's the time we use. There's only one 7 o'clock in the morning when you're retired. Or, excuse me, only one 7 o'clock, and it's not in the morning. All right, another drawback that I thought about just as I was coming up here is that if you do this, people are gonna quit. You'll lose the income that comes in from our monthly contribution to the city coffers, and if we quit and find someplace else that doesn't close down, we might even stay there. That being said, thank you very much.
Thank you for joining us today and for your comments.
Thank you.
Ms. Orloff. Mrs. Orloff.
Whichever works. Lisa Orloff, Rohnert Park Chamber of Commerce. I just want to invite everybody. We're having our annual business showcase next Wednesday out at Somo Village Event Center, right next to Sally Tomatoes, out in the outdoor quad space. We already have over 50 booths there, so it's a great way for businesses and residents to market, see new businesses, new nonprofits. It's free to attend. It's from 4 to 7 p.m. Once again on Wednesday, August 19th. Please come out and join us.
Thank you. And then we have Greg Coates.
Good evening, Council. How are you all doing today? I'm here because I heard word of mouth that the pool was closing during the winter months. Now, I've been a resident here in Rohnert Park for 10 years now, so I'm not a lifelonger here, but I enjoy Rohnert Park wholeheartedly. For several years, I'm still a member of the city recreation. I pay a membership fee. But for many years, I was going to the Callahan Gym every morning at 6 o'clock, play basketball, do some weights, and, something to keep me active. Well, a couple of years ago, my hips started bothering me, so that didn't work. So I couldn't play basketball, I couldn't do my weights. So I started swimming. Now, I started swimming here 2 years ago, and a lot of my friends whom I've met, we become a community of our own. And we enjoy swimming, and it's so therapeutic for some of us older people. Now, I'm in my mid-60s, and I got a bad hip. When I go to the doctor, because I've been swimming, my blood levels, the doctor says, you know what, whatever you're doing, keep doing it. Now, I know that sometimes in the winter, it falls off a little bit because it gets cold. But for some of us, like me, I don't care if it's raining, and I don't care if it's cold, I'm in the pool. And I'm just hoping that you could reconsider. And again, I know there's a cost recovery to people being in the pool or whatever the expense is involved with that. But I certainly am here so that you could consider for some of us who need that swimming pool for its physical promise for us. It keeps us going. Without that pool, I don't know what my blood work looked like because I know what it looks like with being able to get in that pool and swim, and makes me happy and healthier person, and I hope to maintain that, and I certainly hope you could consider that. Thanks for hearing me, okay?
Thank you very much for your comments. Lots of swimmers here. Okay, and then do we have anyone else here in person who would like to speak at this moment? Okay, then do we have anybody on Zoom or virtually?
We don't have any speakers on Zoom.
Okay. Well, with that, we will go ahead and close that public comment period and move on to item 7, which is our consent calendar.
I'd like to make a motion that we accept the consent calendar as presented.
I'll second.
We've got a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? There we go.
Motion passes by a 4-0-1 with Vice Mayor Alwar absent. Thank you.
Okay, and then we are on to item 8, regular items, which we have none on the calendar this evening. Okay, then item 9 would be our committee and liaison reports. Whomever would like to go first, just jump right in.
I can if you'd like. SCTCA met yesterday at 2:30 in Santa Rosa. The first item was the mascot study and the successes that the mascot study has netted. Ridership has increased. SMART is up above target. And actually, even the Golden Gate Bridge has seen an increase in bus ridership of 22%, most of those being straight shots between San Rafael and San Francisco. Overall, buses down by 4%, but because of the adjustments with the mascot study, it's up 22%. So all good news. Further consolidations await, and we'll have a complete report out of all the data later on in the year. We had a presentation on Sonoma County-wide greenhouse gas inventory. Rohnert Park should be proud that we have the lowest greenhouse gas inventory in Sonoma County, so that was good news. We talked about safe routes to school and all that's being done there. And there are only 3 schools in Cotati Rohnert Park that are taking advantage of this, and I would encourage other schools like Lawrence Jones Middle School and the Ranch to take advantage of those educational components of safe routes to school, and I'm happy to point those principals in the right direction. It does require some data collection on behalf of the schools, but we will come in and we'll teach the kids school safety, including e-bike safety, and at this point that might be very, very beneficial. The schools that are taking advantage of it right now are John Reed and Monte Vista and Evergreen. Thank you, Susan. We received a report on Go Sonoma compliance, nothing to update there. And that is it. Thank you.
Thank you. Other committee reports? Pick me then. I'll do an update on our Water Advisory Committee meeting, which was last week on August 3rd. At the August 3rd meeting, we received some updates on some federal policy and state water policy, local water supply, finances, and various community engagement efforts. So at the federal level, we're advocating for $60 million in Water Resources Development Act funding for Sonoma and Marin County water and wastewater projects. We are also continuing to support funding for improved precipitation forecasting and also salmon recovery. At the state level, the legislature is back from recess, and we're working through the final month of the session, including potential funding for groundwater, regional water management, and forest and fire resilience. We received updates also on proposed legislation addressing the golden mussel prevention and fire preparedness for the water agencies. Our local water supply at Lake Mendocino, this was a week ago, was approximately 72,400 acre feet. And Lake Sonoma is at about 247,000 acre feet. Current projections show Lake Mendo at approximately 55,000 acre feet at the beginning of the new water year, which would be October. So continued conservation remains important. There's also some good news on water use year to date. Contractors, which would include us and all the other local jurisdictions, deliveries are at 21% below the benchmark from 2013. So that reflects the continued success of communities' conservation efforts. And if you're here at City Hall, you can get some water conservation tools out in the lobby. Sonoma Water continues doing salmon population monitoring at the Russian River watershed, and since June, staff have surveyed 24 creeks and documented more than 5,400 juvenile coho and 22,000 steelhead. And then finally, we recognized Sonoma Water's general manager, Grant Davis. He is retiring this month after a mere 20 years of service to the agency. So we wish him well in his retirement. And those are my Water Advisory Committee highlights. Nothing else from this group. We are moving on then to our communications. Item 10. Tell us things.
Yeah. This Friday night's farmer market is the Latino night, so if folks want to attend that, is it our last farmers market? No, we've got one more next week, correct?
And they've extended it 1 month because they had to cancel because of the fire scare.
You are correct. So it's a popular one for folks who are interested in going. Schools go back into session tomorrow. Please be mindful when driving, give yourself ample time. Everyone's trying to remind the kids to get their shoes on and find their backpack, so patience will be key in community to make sure everyone gets to school and work safely. The local NAACP chapter is hosting a State of Black Opportunity conversation and briefing on a report they did tomorrow at 5 p.m. They also have a backpack giveaway going through August 14th if you are interested, and a congratulations and good luck to our NorCal Cal Ripken under 12 team. They play tomorrow to go on to single elimination for the World Series. So they're one of 2 teams playing. So it's Rohnert Park and Elk Grove that are representing NorCal Cal Ripken.
And our wonderful city manager will be hosting a charla in conjunction with L'Océan on Thursday at 9 o'clock in these very chambers. You can sign up through L'Océan and you can hear Marcella's presentation.
All good updates. Do you have anything else, Councilmember Adams? Okay. I just wanted to say, as the summer vacation wraps up for all the students, that the district did a lot of really lovely improvement projects at a few of our sites, including one right down the road here at John Reed. Beautiful new parking lot. True also at University Elementary. And I just wanted to say thank you to the district. They may not get enough appreciation for the infrastructure-related projects, but I truly appreciate it as somebody who believes we should have arrows showing which way people should enter and exit the parking lots of the school. So very nice. And then that is it for communications. Item 11, would there be anything you'd like to add to the agenda?
I'd like us to review the Golf Oversight Committee. It's my understanding it's the only committee that can't have access to like financial reporting. The Golf Oversight Committee, kind of want to see. We discovered last time that it was the only one that was not appointed by council, and so I think to just have it line up with the rest of the committees would be beneficial.
Can I get a second, or do you have more questions to make clear your?
I'm just not understanding what it is. Sorry.
So I'm on the Golf Oversight Committee, and yeah, and we are not, the last time we asked if we could just see financials of how things are going, the committee was told that they could not review, which I found a little odd given that, you know, we can't see reports on a large asset of the cities.
I just wanted to comment too, and maybe I'm mistaken, but I think beginning in January, the two newly elected District 5 and District 2 people will be able to appoint their person to the golf course committee. And then over the next cycle.
Yeah, I'm not asking to appoint, I'm asking to be able to review financials, right. So look at what
I'll second that motion, yeah. Just to have a discussion, yeah.
So just for clarification, is the direction so that we can, because I know the oversight golf course committee was created as a result of a grand jury report that was done several years ago, and there was specific roles for that committee. So is the direction to bring back what the role of the committee is? What are the, yeah. What is the role, and possible consideration of changing that or expanding the, yeah, okay, all right. Thank you for the clarification.
Thank you for that. Okay, other items for future agendas?
I think we have someone who wants to make a comment. I don't know if that's something that's allowed. I think we're through with public comment for the night, are we not?
This is true, yeah. Yes. But if you have a question, I will hang out afterward and see if I can get you some help. Okay, so then we are going to go ahead and adjourn.
Unfortunately, it's not on the agenda, so we can't.
We'll be breaking rules.
We can't add it to the agenda now. Apologies.
Okay, so I'll adjourn this meeting, and Mr. Alexander, if I can assist you, let me know.